Okay, we are here for our Hebrew class for Og the Terrible. We're going to be looking at this comic book, and all of the materials that I teach you can find on my YouTube channel. Just go to the OgTheTerrible.net and go to the teachers, and you'll see me listed there. And the materials that I present are found at EKS Publishing, and you can see it here, EKS Publishing up here. And if you go to the home, there's all kinds of materials for people to look into. Now, what we've been working on recently is something called Prayer Book Hebrew. And the book that we usually teach from is here. And then also you'll notice there are some comic books. Now, the comic book that we're going to be reading from today is called Og the Terrible. And they've got some follow-up books here. But the one I've got, I purchased a long time ago. I don't actually see it listed on the site anymore. But it'll be good to do this because even though people can't get the material anymore at EKS Publishing, they'll be able to watch the YouTube and see the story. Okay, so let me open up to our book here. Okay, so Og the Terrible. And you can see that this is a comic book introduction to Prayer Book Hebrew. And here are the authors. And down here we see this Hebrew phrase here. Let me get my pen out here. Okay, so Lador Vador. And now the Lamed, 2 or 4, to generation or for generation, and the generation, literally. But it's translated from generation to generation. Okay? And there is our authors there. EKS Publishing. The website, again, www.ekspublishing.com. And I like to make sure that I give credit where credit is due because we're using their materials, and I encourage people to go to the website and get those materials for themselves so that they could either follow along or their own self-study or teach their children, which this book would be great for. So here we go. This is the beginning of Og and Terrible. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to go down to the vocabulary first and write each of these words with transliteration 5 times, and people can follow along. Now, one of the reasons why we are writing, I explained earlier in my classes, is that we want to get all 3 modalities of learning in operation. The more modalities of learning we get in operation, the more retention. So whereas we can see the picture, we can hear it spoken, but also in writing, we've got the tactile modality in operation. So integrating all of these together, I think that we can move ahead quicker in retaining the information, and then we can go to the next step. And that's really the goal, to not just study volumes, but to study smart. That's the important thing, studying smart so that you can move ahead quicker and get much more self-fulfillment out of it as well. So let's look down here at our first vocabulary. And some of these, some of you may have seen in my classes, but we have this word here, ani. Okay, we start with an aleph, and we start with a reduced patach, a noon, a hirik, a yod, and ani. And it means I. Okay? Ani. Hirik yod. Ani means I. And I might actually shorten this down to just 3 times. But I want to make sure that people can see how these are written. Okay? And then we have the proper name, Og. We have an Aleph with a Patach and a Gimel. Og. We'll do it 3 times. Og, Aleph, Patach, Gimel. Og. Okay? Ha, Rasha. Okay, so then we know the ha is the definite article. So Rasha, the terrible. Ha, Rasha. Hey, Kametz. Resh, Kametz. Sheen. Kametz, lots of Kametz. Ayin. Ha, Rasha. Oops, S-H-A-H. Let's try it again. Ha, Sheen, Ayin. Remember this Ayin silent. Ha, Ra, Sha. Okay. Kametz. Resh. Kametz. Sheen. Kametz. Ayin. Okay. Ha, Rasha. Og the terrible. Okay, so there's our writing exercise. So let's see what is being said here. By this, looks to me like it's a dragon of some sort. He's got a bunch of, looks like steam or something coming out of his nostrils, and he's slobbering a little bit down there. Kids might get a kick out of that. But here is what he is saying now that we know our vocabulary. Ani, Og. Ani, Og. I am Og. He's introducing himself. Here he goes again. Ani, Og, Ha, Rasha. Ani, Og, Ha, Rasha. Okay. I am Og, the terrible. Okay, so that's how I plan to do each of these as we carry on down. It may take us more than one video. I plan to make these videos about a half an hour at a time, so that it's not too dense, maybe 35 minutes. But we'll carry on like this. So let's go on to the next one here. So we've got quite a bit that he's talking about here, and let's look down at our vocabulary. We've already done the ani. So we know what that is. I. Ani. Okay, here's one here, lo. So it starts with a lamed, and we have a holem. That dot to the left is called a holem, and it's an O sound. Lo. Lo equals no. That's kind of simple. Lamed, aleph. I put the holem there next to the lamed, equals lo. Lamed, aleph, put a holem on there, equals lo. Okay, so let's look at this one. It means I will steal. Egnov. Now this is a participle, and you'll notice in there in our chapter on that. But I will steal. Egnov. Let's see here. Aleph. Gimel. Okay. Noon. With a holem. We'll give a shava under the Gimel. And then we have a vet. Egg. Nov. And I'll try to transliterate it that way. Egnov. Okay, we'll try it again. Aleph. with a segol, Gimel with a Shavah, Nun with Holem, that's O sound, and it ends with a vet. Egg, Nov. Oops, trying to make an H there. There we go. One more time. Aleph, Gimel, Nun, and there is a Holem next to the Nun. Egg, No, ends with Vav. Egg, Nov. All right. So here is, we're putting these concepts together. Ani, Lo, Egg, Nov. So we've already gone through these, so we know what these are. I, No, will steal. So literally, that's what we're reading here. And if we're looking at it linearly from right to left, but it means I will not steal. Okay. And now down here we have this word, zahav. Zahav. So we start with a zayin, right? And a kametz, and a hey, kametz, and we end it with a vet. Okay? Zahav. Zahav means gold. Okay? Let's try another one. We have a zayin, kametz, hey, kametz, vet, zahav. Zahav, gold. Try it one more time. Zayin, kametz, hey, kametz, vet, zahav. Okay, so we're getting there. Now we have this word meaning money, but it also can mean silver. Kesef. Kesef. So we have a kaf, kaf, because it's got the dagash in it, and a segol, and we have this samech. Sort of looks like a bowl figure with a line over it, with a segol, and it ends with a fe sofit. Okay? Kesef. There it is. Okay? Got a kaf, segol, samech, ends with a fe sofit. So what are these sofits? Remember in our earlier classes, we taught that there are 5 of these, and if these 5 letters occur at the end of a word, they transform into these final forms. Okay, so kesef, money. And finally, not finally, but along the line here, banim, sons, banim. Some of us, I think, you guys have seen these before, of course, but I want to gear this also for the beginners and just painstakingly go through these. We have a bet with a kametz, a nun with a hirik, yod. So we got bani so far, and it ends with a mem sofit. B-A-N-I-M, banim. We'll try it again. Bet, kametz, nun, hirik, yod, mem sofit, banim. Bet, kametz, nun, hirik, yod, bani, mem sofit, banim. Okay, very good. Now this one here, normally it would say banot for daughters, but because we have a connecting vav, which in this case happens to be a shurik, there it is right there, it takes the dagesh out of the bet and makes it uvanot, and it's and daughters. Okay, so we use a shurik, a vet with a kametz, a noon. Here is a holem and a tav. And it's written like this. U va note. U-V-A-N-O-H-T. Uvanot. Uvanot. Okay? So let's move this over here. Let's start out with a shurik, a vet, and a kametz, and a noon, and a holem, and a tav. Give it a little foot. Uvanot. One more time. Shurik, vet, kametz, noon, holem, tav. There we go. Uvanot, meaning and daughters. Finally, we have Devarim Rabim. Okay, so it's not only descriptive of words and things, because we know that Devar means word or thing. For example, one of the books of the Bible, Deuteronomy, is named Devarim, meaning words and things. But we have this Rabim on here. So let me clear this up a little bit for us. And we are on this one right here. Okay, we'll start with a Dalet, Shavah, Vet, Kametz, Resh, Hirik, Yod, Mem Sophit. And I'll write it out for you. D-V-A-R-I-M. Devarim. Okay? And then a second part of this word is Rabim. Resh, Patach, Bet, with a Hirik Yod combination. Rabbi ends with Mem Sophit. R-A-B-I-M. Rabim. Okay. Devarim. Okay, Vet, Kametz, Resh, Hirik Yod, ends with Mem Sophit. And finally, Resh for Rabim. We got Patak, Bet, with a Hirik Yod combination, and a Mem Sophit. Devarim Rabim. Okay, many things. All right, so let's see if we can read this now that we've gotten our vocabulary licked here. Okay, so here we go. Here is Og speaking. Ani lo egnov zahav. So we know ani means I. Lo means no. Egnov, I will steal or will steal. And zahav, gold. Ani lo egnov zahav. I will not steal gold, I think is the best way we can translate that into English. I will not steal gold. Isn't that something? Here we go down here. Ani lo egnov kesef. Ani means I. No will steal. Kesef, remember, meant money or silver. Ani lo egnov kesef, I will not steal silver. Oh, I wonder what he's after here. Let's see. Here he is again. Ani lo egnov banim uvanot. Let me write this out. Ani lo egnov banim uvanot. That's a little bit hard to see that. I know will steal sons and daughters. So I will not steal sons and daughters. So he's not going to steal gold. He's not going to steal silver. He's not going to steal sons and daughters. Let's see what else. Ani lo egnov devarim rabim. Okay. Ani, we know it means I. No will steal. Davarim rabim means words or things, and rabim means much. So many things. In this case, we know that it's things because look at the picture. Many things. I will not steal many things, he says. All right. Let's see what he's up to. Let's go down here. And we have a word, rach, meaning only. So it's a resh, patach, and we have a kof. I tell you, the kof is the toughest one to write. For me, it is anyway. R-A-Q, rach, meaning only. Let's try it again. Resh, patach, and we have our kof. There it is. R-A-Q, rach. Try it again. Resh, patach, and here is our kof. R-A-Q, rach. Only. All right, now here is this little thing here. We call this the direct object identifier there. It basically, grammatically, it determines what is being spoken about. And we'll learn about that in later ones, but this is why they say it's not translatable. You see this used twice in the first verse of Genesis in Hebrew. Okay, so let's go then to this one. Ha-Torah. Well, that sounds familiar to us. We have a hey with a patach. We have a tav. And we have a holem. Here is a resh with a kametz and a hey. Ha Torah. Let's try it again. Hey, patach, tav, holem, resh, kametz, hey. Ha-Torah. One more time. Hey, patach, tav, give it a dagesh in the tav, and a holem, a resh, kametz, hey, ha-Torah. Okay, so let's see what he's after. He's not going to steal, remember, gold. He's not going to steal silver. He's not going to steal sons and daughters, and he's not going to steal things. What is he going to steal? Here it is. Ani egnov rach et ha-Torah. Okay, so we know ani is I, right? Egnov, will steal. Rach, remember, means only. It's the only thing he's after. And et, remember, is the direct object identifier. And what is being pointed to? Ha-Torah, the Torah. Okay. You know, I was thinking about something when I was working on this. You know that the evil one in Revelation is spoken of as a dragon. And what does the Messiah say about the adversary when the seed is sown on fertile ground and the servants ask him about, this story, and he says that which is sown, the devil comes and takes it away. The devil comes and takes it away. Well, we know the devil is also very much patterned as Ha-Satan, or as a dragon. So that's interesting that they have done this in a very biblical way. All right. Okay. All right. I think what we're going to do is I want to make these in about half-hour increments. I don't want to overburden people because this is designed for very beginners. But this is the format that I plan to use, and you will see these YouTube videos. Let me show you where they're going to be posted here, folks. Just go to www.theyahad.net, okay? And a lot of these Hebrew videos will show up on here. There we go. Here, go click on teachers. There I am. Go over here to YouTube, and you will see all of these videos being uploaded for your edification. And go ahead and comment on them. By the way, I'm a student myself. I'm learning whatever I can, and I'm just here to share with you guys what I've learned. I don't know everything. And I love it if people say, hey, well, what about this? Are you sure this is correct? And you know, I like it when people come back to me and say, hey, you might want to look at that again and then show me a resource. I love that because it increases my learning. So if you guys see something on these videos that you could add some input into, by all means, shoot me an email or, comment on my YouTube thing. I get a notification. I answer right away. So anyway, it's been a blessing meeting with you guys. Any comments or questions? If not, then we will close, and I will have another one shortly.
I have a quick question.
Sure, go ahead.
I was just wondering, are you planning to come to the Yahad Sukkot in Tennessee?
I'm leaning that way. I really am.
There haven't been any plans that I've heard of for children's things, but I was just thinking how fabulous this would be if we could do this, and if parents knew ahead of time that it was going to be happening, then like a prerequisite would be to know the alphabet before they came. I think kids would go nuts for this. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I actually like it. I'm just a big kid.
Me too.
Aren't we all?
For sure.
Well, thank you so much. You know what? I think that's a great idea. Go ahead and let's see if we can coordinate that. I'd be willing to share just like I'm sharing on the video, and we'll see what happens. I'd love to get the kids involved, you know. And the comic books, I think, is a good way.
I mean, they could maybe even buy. I wonder, you said that your version is older. I wonder how different if they were to buy a new one. Like, I'd like to buy a new one. If it would be too different, you know.
Well, the one that they have is let me see, get this over here. Let's see here. See, they've got the updated ones. In other words, it's a different one. It is the sequel. What they've got is the sequel. If you go to the category of Prayer Book Hebrew at ekspublishing.com, notice what they have here is the Terrible returns further adventures in Prayer Book Hebrew. But this one that I'm doing is the first one, but I don't see it listed on their site. They must have sold out. Wow. It's the only thing I can figure, you know. And then here's Og in Jerusalem, More Adventures in Prayer Book Hebrew. And I looked at the other sections, but I couldn't see this first one. So I was so glad to get this because I've just got one copy and I've made a digital copy of it. So we can go through it like that. And then maybe the other ones too, you know, I'm planning on doing more. We can do it that way.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right. You guys
Thank you for offering this. It was awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.